and the Philadelphia Eagles. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Come on, 47. Come on, D.
Elliott on 1st down, going to get about 3 before he's taken down. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
65, 65, 65.
Now Elliott. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
The 1st down carry by Elliott doesn't amount to much as he'll get forward for about a couple. Rasul Douglas there to get him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott. And this one hauled in by Tavon Austin. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 37.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. No running room for Zeke on 1st down as he'll maybe get a yard out of that. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
47 Mike, 47
On 2nd down. It's Elliott trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
Now, I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Here we go. 120! And it's getting them hard. Sunday. Hey, wahoo!
Wentz now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Hey, team 6.
Now Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Shorty. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Into the red zone. Wentz. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Hey, Delta.
Wentz will try again on second down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hubbard. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Right there, 54.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
58. Right here.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Instead of making him earn it on 4th, they jump and give him the first.
I love the way you just phrased that. Didn't really have to earn it, did they? Bad discipline on the defensive side of the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. With another touchdown, number 24 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. This is Elliott. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Here we go, 47.
From just shy of midfield, Prescott nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go forward.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Connects here with the tight end, Blake Jarwin. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 32-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A first down run for Elliott, not going to pan out. He'll, in fact, wind up losing a couple. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 34-yard line.
53 is the mark. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Check 3. We're going to 54. 1
Prescott to throw this time. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Go!
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Being chased out left. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter.
Ready! 15, run. 59. Hey, let's go. March 42.
Out of the gun, Hill. Dancing to his left. He's going to get this to Austin, complete. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Hill now to throw. He'll buy some time right. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. The penalty certainly makes things tougher here as they try again. 3rd and goal.
Alpha. 47's the mic. 47's the mic. Now. 47 mic. 47 mic. Mike 47. Get ready. Hey, check. 5. Mike 47. Watch twist. Mike's 47. 5.
From the gun, here's Hill. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Now Prescott on 4th down. He's got it. He's going to be stopped shy of the end zone. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and it'll be a turnover on downs. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Good shot, baby. That's a big shot.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mike 54. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Sunday. 54. Bravo. 54. You can't block him.
Now this time, whistle throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Let's see what you got. Hey, Charlie. Mike 15. Ricky.
Working from the gun. Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Throwing on 1st down, Elliott. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that answer.
Cold-blooded. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Third and long for Prescott. Out to his left. This to Jarwin. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Here we go. 280. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn you up. Sunday. Nervous? He's coming.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found his
touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script play.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. Cooper was the target there.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Go!
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Let's go.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hubbard, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Austin. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They go to Elliott again. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They go play action here on first down. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now it's Hill. Forced out to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Shot. Here we go. Check. 53, Mike. Sweat. Hey. Hey, what's that? Hey, what's the ball? Here we go, 46. 53. Check 53. Man, I got you. Oh, try. 53 for Mike. 26.
Prescott from the gun. He finds Austin complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 23.
That's it, baby.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now,
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Cravon LeBlanc with a pick. Through the snow, and he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point up and through, and it's now 21-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2nd and 4. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
On 3rd down, Bowman. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Now that was a beautiful play, a pick-6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
And the kick here no good, but a penalty flag is down. Looks like he got run into. Now the try here for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to this offense. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Elliott. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Prescott to throw him. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
How about this starting field position? 1st and goal from 2 yards out. They'll try to run this one in. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hubbard. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Ready up.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Bowman. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Well, stating the obvious, this is going to be one that the rookie quarterback is going to want to forget pretty quickly.
And what quarterback has not gone through this in their rookie year?
Yeah, they all have. I guess it's cliche, but these are the ones you hope to grow from, right?
It's just part of life on the road in the NFL. He has to learn from it and grow.
On first down, Hubbard, nice little juke. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Throwing on 2nd down, Wentz. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now Prescott. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
Prescott yet again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Brings up second and 11.
46, 46.
44-yard line.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now Wentz on the bootleg. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Hubbard. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This one taken from the 7. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Get that quarterback, D-line.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. The tackle there by Crayvon LeBlanc. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Prescott completes it to Austin. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. First down, Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Draw play. Elliott fights through it. Stops short of the 25, but that 2nd effort got him a couple extra. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. He's going to find his man. That's Tavon Austin. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
We got this.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, offer a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Philadelphia, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Dallas, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire